Live from Acadiana, your local news leader, this is KLFY News 10 at 5.
We have breaking news this afternoon out of Acadia Parish. 3 people have been arrested after allegedly kidnapping a deputy and holding him hostage at gunpoint. Authorities say it happened Tuesday when the deputy was following up on a criminal investigation at a home when a resident approached him with a gun, disarmed him of his firearm. For nearly an hour, the deputy was held against his will until he was able to convince the suspects to release him. Tyson Perry, Lori Vassar, and Seth Vulmont were arrested and all face charges related to aggravated kidnapping and false imprisonment. During the search of the home, over 25 weapons were seized. This investigation is ongoing. In Lafayette, authorities are working a crash this afternoon at the intersection of Ambassador Caffrey Parkway and Eras Landry Road. 1 injury has been reported. Drivers are now being asked to avoid the area while crews clear the scene. We will bring you more information as soon as it becomes available. Kaplan police have a curfew in place starting this weekend in an effort to stop late walkers and bikers from engaging in drug activities. News 10's Rodrika Taylor spoke to the mayor about the curfew and the chief of police about how they will enforce it.
Kaplan residents will have a curfew in place starting Saturday. You cannot ride a bicycle or walk on the streets once the clock hits 11 p.m. until 4 a.m.
The chief noticed a big influx of bicycle traffic during the night and people walking around. It's not usually a good thing when that happens. So in order to prevent any issues and any problems, Chief asked the council to institute the curfew. They agreed.
Chief Joshua Hardy says at night his officers usually stop 10 to 20 people for drug activities. He says with the curfew in place from 11 p.m. until 4 p.m., his officers will use their discretion.
The second time they'll be stopped, they'll be issued a summons. And from there, they'll have to go to court and explain to the judge why they were out after curfew.
The curfew is only for bike and walking traffic. It does not affect motorists. Joe Taravella, a resident of Kaplan for 12 years, agrees with the curfew.
There's a faction of people that believe that's infringing on people's rights, but at the same time, I think people can sit back and put a little perspective in the situation and agree that the good simply have to pay for the bad right now. I believe if they don't do something about it now, the problem is only going to get worse.
He shares how drugs in the community impact him and so many others.
Many of them are at a point now where they're desperate for this problem to solve itself, but we all know it's not going to happen that way, and it's certainly not going to happen overnight, but at least we're going to try.
The curfew starts Saturday at 11 p.m. in Kaplan. Rodrika Taylor, KLFY News 10.
Today, the CEO of Acadian Ambulance offered his condolences to the families of the victims killed in the Point Capee Parish crash. It happened Tuesday on Highway 1 when the ambulance collided with a tractor trailer. The driver of the ambulance, emergency medical responder, 28-year-old Kimber Nizat, and the patient who was being transported, 82-year-old Albert Bordelon, were killed. Paramedic Hunter Fruge was taken to the hospital and is recovering from his injuries. In a statement, CEO Richard Zuschlag says the loss of life or occurrence of injury to our team members or our patients and others are especially tragic incidents that shake us to our cores. Witnessing the genuine compassion and empathy extended to us has served as a testament to the enduring impact our medics have on those they serve. It is abundantly clear that their selfless dedication and unwavering commitment to caring for others leave an undeniable mark on their lives, on every life they touch." End quote. A Eunice man has been arrested on drugs and weapons charges after unknown suspects shot at him and gunfire hit his mother in the face. It happened just after midnight on East Maple Avenue. Authorities say 24-year-old Isaiah Bradley was outside of the home when someone began shooting at him. When Bradley walked inside the house, he found his mother had been shot in the face. Police say the victim is currently recovering in a local hospital. According to police, Bradley was arrested on several illegal narcotics and weapons-related charges. Also in Eunice, police are asking for your help finding a wanted fugitive. Authorities say 30-year-old Oscar Peter LeBlanc, pictured here, is wanted on 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, felon in possession of a firearm, simple criminal damage to property, and illegal possession of stolen things. Anyone with information on LeBlanc's whereabouts is asked to call law enforcement. In a highly anticipated ruling, the Supreme Court blocked President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. That's drawing both celebration and devastation from people across the country. News 10's Hannah Brandt breaks down the fallout from this controversial decision.
This was a 6-3 decision with the conservative justices in the majority. But President Biden says the fight isn't over yet. Angry protesters surrounded the Supreme Court, devastated by the decision to strike down the president's student loan forgiveness plan.
This decision is an attack. It's an attack on working-class families and middle-class families.
The Biden administration wanted to cancel $430 billion in loans for millions of borrowers.
The money was literally about to go out the door.
But the justices ruled that their plan oversteps legal authority.
The president had no authority to do it, and again, save taxpayers to the tune of $500 billion.
Republican Senator Eric Schmidt was part of the team that brought this lawsuit. He says the high court made the right call and protected taxpayers from having to cover the cost of other people's choices.
There's no reason why, working folks who've either paid off their student loans or made different decisions in life should have to pay off the unpaid student loans of a tenured college professor.
But President Biden is promising to find another way to bring people financial relief.
I'm never going to stop fighting for you. We'll use every tool at our disposal to get you the student debt relief you need and reach your dreams.
He directed the Department of Education to start working on another loan forgiveness method using the Higher Education Act. That will likely take months and also face challenges in court.
We're going to put the best legal argument forward to provide relief for borrowers.
Borrowers will have to restart payments in October, but President Biden just announced there will be a 12-month grace period where loans will not go into default or delinquency if borrowers miss payments. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
The Baldwin Police Department is warning people not to pop any fireworks or play loud music this 4th of July weekend. As News 10's Dawson D'Amico reports, this ordinance is being strictly enforced because of the recent heat wave in Acadiana.
Due to the recent hot weather, Baldwin police will be enforcing the law on popping fireworks within the town's limits. Throughout the 4th of July weekend, the Baldwin Police Department will be enforcing a ban on popping fireworks. This law has been in effect for a while, but with the recent heat in Acadiana, police are going to make more of an effort to enforce the ruling. Police Chief Anthony Gibson says this is to keep his town safe during the holiday weekend.
Due to the drop that we're having, we don't want nobody's house to catch on fire or anything like that. We're asking the people of the town of Baldwin, please do not pop fireworks. There's a fine if you do. You get caught, you're going to pay the fine.
In Baldwin, Dawson D'Amico, KLFY, News 10.
Chief Gibson also wants it to be known there will be a fine for blaring loud music. Both fines will be worth up to $400 each. For pet owners, the Lafayette Animal Shelter and Care Center says more pets go missing on the 4th of July than any other day of the year, trying to escape the loud bangs and bright flashes of fireworks. Shelter Supervisor Shelley Delahousse offers some tips to keep pets safe, including secure pets inside your home, give them a safe place to hide, use ambient sound, a radio or TV to mask the noise, and update pets' ID tags in case they do get lost. A new restaurant had its grand opening today in Lafayette. Shane's famous quesadilla burgers is ready to serve Acadiana delicious food. From burgers to tacos and salads, there is something for everyone. Shane's is located on the corner of Butcher and West Pinhook Road. Still ahead, we'll introduce you to a Louisiana principal who has the moves to get students in the mood for school. It's